My name is Eddie, and I am applying for our Ulta Redken design team. I'm at store 23. Right now I have our wonderful store manager, one of them, in the shampoo bowl with our pre-art treatment. I did a hair cleansing cream, and I'm doing pre-art, and we're going to do a Blonde Dimensions bleach wash through her hair to get out some of her excess brassy and orange tone. Today we're taking her from a very faded brassy orange into a really beautiful and elegant mermaid dimensional color. So it's going to be tons of fun. Our color palette today is already mixed up. So here we are. We've got our purple, which is going to be our root that we're going to drop through a little bit. We have this blue right here, a nice royal blue, which is a mixture of some of our City Beats colors. We have our kind of seafoam green turquoise color here that's going to go through and give us some of that highlight and some of that nice jumping dimension. And then this pink to nicely go in and add some extra just kind of wow factor for us. So what I have done is I have taken our wonderful, beautiful model for us, and we've actually sectioned her off how we have gone through for our balayage techniques. I have a triangle up in our front area. I have two more triangles next to it, and then our finishing sections on the side, just above the ears. And then on the back, we have one big section that I made an X through. So we have 4 different triangular sections. For her hair, I am going to be starting from the bottom and actually working our way up. Every section that we do, we are going to start off with our violet mixture. And our violet mixture is a combination of 3 parts of our East Village Violet and 1 part of our Broadway Blue to help give it a little bit of depth. Look straight down for me, dear. Awesome. So in our zone 1, I did that violet right there all the way down onto the root. And in our zone 2, I am going in with our blue shade, our deeper blue. And then towards the end here, I'm actually going to finish off with our seafoam green kind of turquoise color. Right there. And don't be afraid to let them really get in there, really marry together. Next section going on up, and I took a good generous ½ inch, 3/4 of an inch parting going on up. I'm really getting in there, really packing this in nice and heavy. So on this next section, we're still going in with our violet. I am going to drag our violet down the center a little bit more on that top section, just to add a little bit more dimension going through. Once again, going under with our paddle to hold everything together for us. We're going to play with our beautiful teal color on our right side. Keep those marrying together. And on our left side as well. I'm going to keep that center for a second. And go in with our more rich blue tone. And again, overlapping some here and there, blending through. Really keep it fun, keep it flowing throughout the entire way. There's no precise way to go in with colors like this, as you've seen with some of our other trends where it says, hey, you know, slowly blend some of this color together, put a splash of color there. That's kind of the same kind of pattern and technique we're going for here as well. We really want to keep it fun and keep it flowing throughout everything. I'm going to take a smaller section as we work our way up into this first triangle. So this is actually my 3rd parting, but I am going to be much more careful with it. Get a nice little slice right there. Hold that out of the way. I'm going to grab our balayage film, which is pre-perforated for us. And starting at the root, we're going back in with that violet once more, keeping that root nice and deep. And as I work my way on down, I'm kind of dry brushing through here to help with a nice mesh into our magenta tone. And I'm going to use a smaller paddle for our magenta tone. Kind of want to lightly encapsulate that just to keep it separated. That root right there is still going to be our violet, so we don't have to worry too much about getting it too packed up in there. These balayage films are a little bit shorter. Okie dokie, so we have finally completed and reached the end. Up in our last triangle up here, just a few little notes. The last triangle, I did not add any true pink tones because as her hair parts and everything, I don't want the pink to be super obvious with the part. I want it to be hidden from underneath and kind of peek out. I did, however, throw in some areas while I was doing the color where I did a whole strip of purple and then went back in with the pink and blended it through over the top of it to create a more magenta tone of that violet in different areas, but without being as harsh or as bright as some of the other pink tones. So I blended that through in some of the top pieces, just so we still get some different dimension and some different color variation in there as well. So now we're going to let her process for the next 25 minutes, and then we are going to rinse her out. We will be throwing in our Shine Bomb with our pH bonder mix in it, and we will also be doing a couple of our chem shots, our color extend chem shot all over with a little bit of the all soft mix in there with it as well. And then of course everything with our other shampoos and conditioners, I will definitely be using our color extend shampoo, and I'll be using our all soft and extreme conditioner with a little bit kind of mixed up together to finish her off. Bring her back to the chair and we'll continue back from there. So for the cut, I've gone on ahead and blow dried her. So for our cut today, we're actually going to be using our clippers. Something non-traditional, but definitely a very great style that I feel like a ton of people miss out on. So going in, we're just going to stick to kind of her layers that are going on. I told her we're going to take off no more than 1 inch off this back portion. We don't need too much taken away. What I like about the clippers is that you can go in and for that straight line, I have her looking straight down so that we have all that hair pulled nicely. But for that nice straight line, it really helps when you have that clipper edge right there. Get right here. So right now I'm just taking off about the last like 1/4 to 1/2 inch. I'm going on in. I've got my clippers closed all the way so the blades are equal. Otherwise, it's not going to cut the hair smooth. So now what I'm going to do is bring our hair in vertical partings, coming up, holding the hair out, and just getting rid of that last little bit. Here's our guide down here. We're just going straight across. And what I like to do to keep some texture going is at an angle. We're going to take our clippers and we're just going to go in like we're point cutting. Awesome. So now looking at her hair, there's so much more texture to fall through, so much more life. So now I'm just going in and I'm going to add some curls. I just sprayed it down with our Redken number 11 iron shape. Comb through it, and we're just going to do that as we go through each section. Okay, so now that we've got everything curled, the top section I curled up and back to let the ends curl, but also give a lot of lift. I went through really quick with our quick tease and just sprayed the root of each one of those partings, including the one right there in the back as well. Really want to mermaid this up since we have such nice depth. So I'm going to go in, just do a few quick little teases. Now that my quick tease spray has had a little bit of time to set, we're going to build our cushion right in there with our teasing comb. Packing it down a little more with the pick portion of it, and just letting it lay back.